Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. All right, thank you, Shai. We are now in the stream mindset, and we are going to be playing the drums today. And I was working on improving this, so I was focusing on the hand motions that rep. I'm not quite ready to commit to when one of the very last duets that he does, he just spits and then he wipes. I don't think I'm gonna do that, so you'll have to settle for a mediocre Shia LaBeouf impersonation. My apologies. We're gonna be playing the drums today, and yesterday I was practicing and I learned some things that I'm now going to apply into my own playing. Let me make sure that this is the appropriate level. Sweet, we're good to go. Okay. So yesterday when I was practicing, I noticed that I was having issues with my hand, my left hand, being flatter than my right hand. And this happened when I was playing at my breaking point for my technique. So I was playing faster than I would have if I wanted to actually perform what I was working on. This gives me data that I'm now going to use this morning in my stream, where I'm going to slow things back down to 40 beats a minute and just go up one click at a time, refining that left hand to make sure that the angle matches the right hand, because I marched snare and now I'm playing with match grip. So no longer doing traditional, and we got to fix some things. So we're going to do that after we warm up. And this morning I want to warm up with Blue Devil's 99 Shopping Spree, which you can find at the link at the top of the screen. Hey, stop. Now, if you go into the description and the timestamps, you'll find BPMs, so you can jump to a specific BPM and be like, hey, I want to start this at 110. Cool. And then it'll count you off after a little respite. Little seed from toast. My hands feel off this morning, but hey, at least I'm able to drum, unlike the last couple weeks where I was letting my right arm rest. Good old platelet donation failure. Nice. Missed the shot. Eminem will be so disappointed. This opportunity came once in a lifetime, and I missed it. Whoa, that was all mental. Let's try that again. I was thinking about something else. definitely need that stretch and massage that's coming up soon. But stay tuned for that. We're just trying to get the blood flowing right now. Left hand was slightly late. Whoopsies. That's okay. Just getting the blood flowing. My hands are still waking up. Okay, so we'll start up here after we play through this one more time, and then I'm going to stretch and massage. Now we're going to stretch and massage. So the first one that we're going to start with is this one. So hold your sticks, palms facing up. And you pull in, you follow through, you make it nice and blurry. And then you're all twisty. Palms are facing up, but, you know, at an angle outward. It's a good stretch. 10 out of 10 would stretch again. And then you just go back out the way that you came. Next. If you do, nope. Can't see my pedals. The stick bag is in the way. If you do traditional, rotate and hold to one end of the extreme, then rotate and hold to the other end of the extreme. And that's something that I'm not going to do because I don't do traditional anymore. Now I'm going to stretch the tendons. So you could do it so that you do on your drum like this. You could do it one at a time like this, or you could do it on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Okay, now I'm going to resist the urge to sneeze. Don't do it. Okay. Whew. Crisis averted. Now I'm going to stretch the top side of the forearm. You could do one at a time like this. You could do this on your leg. You could do this on the pad. You could do this on the wall. But this time, the higher you go, the deeper the stretch. Don't put all your weight into this. You don't want to tear stuff. Beep, bop, bop, bop. Okay, now we're going to stretch the fingers. So you could do one at a time, just kind of like going through and stretching it. But I'm going to do thumb to thumb, index to index, etc., etc. And that makes it so that you can stretch twice as fast. Wow. Life hack. And then this. That feels good. This one wants to pop. Do it. No. False alarm. Okay. Just like the sneeze. Denied. We tried. I failed you, chat. I'm sorry. Or I should say chats. Since I'm streaming on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, Kick, Twitter, I gotta set up LinkedIn so I can stream on that too. At least when I do the drumming ones. I don't think people go on there and care about the gaming ones, but the drumming ones, there are people on there who are musicians. But let's do this. Okay, so now I'm going to massage the thumb on top and the fingers underneath. And so we're going to massage specifically the muscles associated with like match grip. So on this muscle, this is just like moving, it's not flexing or anything. On the muscle and then around the muscle. Try and just like, loosen things up. I should say that it has to do with match grip if you use a wrist bend technique. If you use like fingers, then you're not going to have that muscle. Like if you're doing like a finger French, you're going to be using down here your tendons and whatnot, so you can see it moving. See that? But for here, that's not going to do much for you compared to like actually moving it. So that's going to move that muscle quite a bit. And will eventually strengthen it. If you want to work with your forearms, work on shopping sprees, bro. And depending on how you're feeling, you might need to massage up higher, like biceps, triceps. Okay, switching arms. Trying to get nice and relaxed. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to massage the hands. So the fingers are going to massage the back of the hand, and then the palm is going to get massaged by the thumb. Just trying to loosen up your hands. So that way when you drum, you're nice and relaxed. Ideally. Switch to the other hand. By the way, Tony, thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate it. I can only see public subs on here, but I don't think I called that one out yesterday in the stream. May happen when I was signing off. So, thank you, Tony, and all the other people who subbed. Who again, if you don't have public subs, I can't see it. But nothing wrong with that. I don't have public subs. Base to tip for massaging each one of the fingers. Dear. Hello, good morning. And getting nice and relaxed. At least 2 times. Oh, little pop. And then here. And, ooh, the middle is tight. I'm going to do this one a little more. The ring, and then the thumb. Okay. Now, we're going to resume. And we're going to play this faster than I should. Just for funsies. Let's go to 140. The mouse is rattling a little. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna just go to 150 and then we'll stop there. I don't want to overdo it. My forearms are feeling a little tighter than usual. And I'm not chopping out quite yet. Do that at the end of the stream. Stay tuned. What am I gonna chop out with? Who knows? Whatever I'm feeling. There's several hundred options to pick from. Crushed. Alrighty. And again, you can find this play along. It's free. And several hundred more. Link at the top of the screen. JaredO'Leary.com/drum. There's 138 bass related stuff. There's a bunch of technique stuff. 710 grid variations. Some charts. Some limb independent stuff. And some chop exercises. Releasing a new one every day on my YouTube channel. Which, go to the playlist. That's where you can find everything nice and neatly organized. If you don't want to go here, that's fine with me. All right, we're going to be working on Diddle after an accent, and we're slowing this back down to 40, and we're specifically working on the left hand, trying to make it so that it matches the right hand. Diddle after an action. Here we go. Life hack, press 0, and it goes to the beginning of a video on YouTube. Wow. Press 1, and it'll jump to 10%. Good morning. How you doing? Ooh, squeaky. Good question. I'll answer it in a second. All right, so question is, you stumbled on Reddit on my channel. Well, glad you found it. Would stick control be a good place to start, or do I have any other recommendations? Great question. So the link that's at the top of the screen, and is also the very first link in the description of the stream that you're watching right now, directs you to here. So there's a ton of chop stuff. Don't start there, unless you just want to like work on something for funsies. But this is not a good place to start because they are way more complicated. If you are working on rudimental stuff or drum kit, the thing that you mentioned, stick control variations, if you click on this, there are 4 different variations in here of stick control. They get progressively harder for the first 3. So regular stick control, this one has a filler, and then this one has advanced stick control. These are great places to start to just kind of like work on moving your hands and whatnot. However, whether you play drum kit or you play rudimental, there it is. Grid, there's 710 variations on here. If you start with the sticking variations, the diddle variations, and the flam variations, those 3, then that can be applicable across every single instrument that you're working on, whether it's drum kit or rudimental or mallets or whatever. Like, they all will help you in some unique way. And there are quite a few different things in here. So there's 24 videos in there for just the sticking for the triplet. And if we go to the 16th note for just the sticking, there are 34. So there's a lot of different variations that'll keep you busy for a while. If you're playing this for rudimental, then you just play it on a pad. However, with the sticking variations in particular, for these grid variations, if you're playing it on drum kit, make the right hand, and the left hand sticking, maybe make it the right foot for your bass drum. And so that way you can work on like getting that coordination down, etc. So grid and stick control are great places to start, regardless of whatever you're playing. If you're doing rudimental, however, I would recommend taking a look at these other things under the technique stuff. Right now, there's only 28 of them, but there's, I think, 30 more that are coming out in the next couple of months that are specifically on refining technique. So like diddle timing, this is a fantastic exercise. So is the 5-stroke version of this. And then another thing that is great is, okay, you're practicing on drum kit? Okay, so this exercise, this is sweet. So the slow, fast, slow, and then the opposite, which is fast, slow, fast. If, like, let's say you're working on just a very basic pattern, like just like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you're having difficulty with it. Well, what you could do is use slow, fast, slow, which if you go into the timestamp for this one, again, all the videos have timestamps to jump to a BPM. You'll look at it and go, wait, this is weird, 40, 90, 40, what does that mean? Well, it starts at 40 beats a minute, and so you'll play boom and boom, boom and and then the next measure goes to 41, and a little bit faster, and then a little bit faster, until it goes all the way up to 90. It holds it there, and then it slows it down again. But it takes a long time to do that. Like if I skip ahead, see how it's going ahead by just a click at a time. Eventually it holds at 90. And then it slows it back down. This requires a lot of patience to practice this, but it's a great tool for a drum kit if you're like trying to get a groove down or a sticking pattern or whatever, etc. But yeah, those are what I'd recommend. Skip this stuff. If you want to, you can work on permutations for limb independent stuff. I do have an old video that kind of talks about how I develop it, but I'm working on creating a better video than that because that one was a long time ago when I did it. But yeah, plenty of stuff to keep you busy on here and plenty more coming in the future. Also, check out the drumming tips and shorts. That's a great place to kind of like get some, here's how I practice, or here's what I work on and how I improve my speed, etc. If you go to the live stream link right here, this takes you to every one of the live streams that I've done, including the one I'm in right now. But if you look at it, you'll actually see in the timestamps what I was working on for each portion of this. So like at the end, I was working on rebound double strokes between the foot and the hand. And then right above it, I was working on swung brush on the snare, etc. So you can actually see what I'm working on and how I work on it. So I want to be very open with here's how I practice, and hopefully that will help you with your own practicing, etc. And then the last thing that I'll say is if you go down into that lesson section right here, the books I recommend, if you click on this, these are some affiliate links, but I've got books for concert snare, drum kit, mallets, rudimental, and timpani. For drum kit, there's quite a few options in here, and these are all books that I highly recommend like taking a look at and seeing which one would kind of match the style you're trying to play, etc. So that is probably more information than you're asking for, but there's a ton of like things in here, like here's the pedal I use, here are the heads that I use, here's how I make it so I don't annoy my neighbors by having low volume cymbals, etc. And then the sticks I use. But yeah, if you use those links, they're affiliate links. It does help me out. It's no extra cost to you. But yeah, that is my fire hose answer of what you're asking about. Now we're going to get back to diddle variations. Diddle after an accent, and we're going to specifically work on getting that left hand to match the right hand. Where are you? Right there. Look at that. Right at 41. Where we wanted it. You're very welcome. Glad I can help. Whoops. And in future streams, because I do these almost daily, feel free to ask questions, and I can help you along your journey. It's a long one. I've been drumming for over 25 years now, and I still have plenty to work on, hence why I'm playing at 42 beats a minute. The only thing I ask in return is just share the content with somebody else who might enjoy it. Oops. Just helps the community. Okay, so now I'm going to change the camera angle. Let's take a look at the hand. See how the left slope looks. We don't want it to be flat. We don't want it to be French. We want it to be in between like the right hand, not two different techniques. Thank you for the like, Aaron. Good morning. Okay, so the angle is getting better. Success. I just gotta be aware of it. Focus on it. Not overemphasize the accents. Taps are a little inconsistent. We'll continue to work on that. But first, let's take a look at how it actually looks. Okay, so we're going to go live. Hey, it's me. Wow. And we're going to go back like 30 seconds. Okay, so slow this down to a quarter speed. Okay, so I'm specifically looking at, not there, this angle versus this angle. So we want to make sure that they are the same. It's better than it was when I was like maxing out my speed yesterday and intentionally trying to find my breaking point. So success. What I need to do is be able to carry this over to the faster tempi, which is plural for tempo, and not spelled like the city, which I used to live in. It's P-I rather than P-E. Okay, so we're nice and relaxed. The sticks are able to vibrate and able to bounce between the hands. You can see it actually happening. My fingers are coming off the sticks a wee bit, which is great. Get it? Good. Okay, so nice and loose. But the left-hand angle still not 100% matched, but it is better than it was, again, yesterday and what it was a couple weeks ago. So progress. Now, when we switch over to the front view, you'll notice that my left hand is sticking up a bit more than my right hand, so I could tone down those accents a little bit. Let's skip to that. There we go. Okay. Yep, still a slight difference in the angle in the hands. The left hand, it's interesting that it's like it's going up faster and higher. The rebound, like the upstroke. So that's interesting. Maybe my right hand's just sleepy this morning. Hasn't woken up quite yet. Also, the gap between the hands are inconsistent. So this one could be a little more closed. This one could be a little bit more open. Like right here, you can see that it's close, but like we're doing fine tuning here. Again, been playing for 25 years and had this kind of approach to my playing for 25 years. Always trying to find something to refine. Always something to improve. Okay. Cool. It's better. It still needs work. Let's resume. First, I drink. Really relaxing the accents. Okay, let's take a look at it from here. Whoops, here. I'm experimenting with the hand heights. Yeah, so the right hand feels tight. It feels like there's more restriction, interestingly enough, with the accent taps, and it's probably just because I haven't drummed with it for a couple of weeks. So it's moving up at a different speed than the left and getting a different height. But this is better, the hands, which is why I'm focusing on that accent and the velocity. And again, you want to hear that popping sound while you're doing this. You don't want to hear that. You want to hear pops, not cha. Okay, so we're going to analyze this one here in a minute. Thank you, Miles. I appreciate it. For the sub on YouTube. Sweet. Yeah, no, there's tons of content. Just check out the playlist, because I create a bunch of drumming, gaming, computer science education stuff. But yeah, I'm glad it's helpful in some way, and if you enjoy it, just share it with somebody else. And they might enjoy it too, but enjoy your rehearsal. All right, so let's analyze my technique. By the way, if you subbed me and you're hoping to get a shout out, it only displays it if you are public for your subs. So it actually won't give the little notification if you're not. So just FYI. Speaking of, and here, and actually, why is it not in full HD? Okay, so I appreciate Miles. Thank you again. We're analyzing our hands. So again, the left hand's going a little bit higher. the velocity is better, but it's still just a little bit higher. I wonder why. Is it just that I'm pulling back more? My hands are more even. The left is a little bit higher for like the wrist where the bone is. So on the side, and like the thumb, like if you look at them, they're like almost at the same height, which before it was like a drastic difference. Like not quite that bad, but I'm exaggerating. Yeah, so I don't know if it's just that my right hand is tight or if it's because I've like worked on the left hand, like it's able to get a full 12-inch, nice and relaxed, etc. I don't know. Okay, let's go. Whoop. I need to close that. Let's play this. We'll do 10 more clicks, and then I'll chop out, and then I'm going to call it. I got to get set up for God of War, and then I got a bunch of edits that I'm going through today. Gonna get to 100% on God of War. Caught up on Fortnite. I released a Fortnite video last night. I got another one coming out tomorrow morning, and then 1 or 2 more coming out next week. Whoopsies. Honestly, I think my right hand's not as good as my left right now. It just feels a little tighter than usual. I'm going to blame it on the lack of drumming for the right hand while I refine the left hand. Woo! Those are flammy. Goo! Thank you for the sub. Okay, let's take a look at it from this angle, and then we'll analyze it. And then we'll do this set one more time. Late. Okay, let's pull this up. And we will take a look at this. Boop. Click, go to live. Da 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 da. Quarter speed. Yep, because the right hand still needs to come back more. The velocity is at least like better matched than it was. I don't know, what, 15 minutes ago, something like that. Progress there. That looks so angry. Resting face. It's great. I always had to give a disclaimer when teaching. Hey, I'm not mad. I'm just thinking. Especially in academia, when you're like talking about difficult concepts to grasp, you're really thinking through how you want to convey it. Oops, I started playing the last line. Whoopsies. Last 2 reps. change the angle. These new foot pedals are nice. Let's take a look at it, see how we're doing. Live, mute, and we'll go to quarter speed. Quite the delay there. Still a slight difference in the height for the right and the left. At the top, the interior notes are more consistent with each other. Yeah, so I don't know if it's just my right hand being tight or my left hand being extra relaxed this morning, but it's just like an inch higher. Maybe 2. That one was like 50 inches higher. But overall, like the angle of the hand isn't as big of an issue as just like trying to get the velocity to match each other. So yeah, we'll continue to refine that. But I'm going to chop out now. So when I chop out, I like to just play something fast, just gives me some data, and it's just kind of fun to do at the end of my practice stream. Since I was just playing this, let's actually play it the way that it was intended. And let's just start at 195, and we'll go up to 200. Click. Go. Oh, it's at quarter speed. I was like, what's going on here? It's so slow. That would be why, Jared. Whoa, I forgot the pattern. Let me play through it slow. Welcome back. And then we'll go back to 195. So let's do 160. That should be a comfy tempo. Okay. I remember. 195. Here we go. Let's attempt this, folks. We'll see how we do. Hit my stick. Why do I keep doing that? Yeah, the left is coming in. It's weird. Woo-wee! Fast. Yikes. With the heavy sticks too? That makes it extra difficult. If you want to find that play along and several hundred more grid variations and 1,800 hours of drumming content, link at the top of the screen, jaredoleary.com/drum. I will be drumming again tomorrow. I'll be doing some drum kit, trying to work on my limb independence. something that I'm currently struggling with. So stay tuned to figure out how I do that. But again, if you want to find what kind of sticks and pads I use, instead of going to /drum on my website, you could go to /gear, or just click on this gear I use, and you'll see all the audio, computer, gaming, percussion, software, and video equipment that I use. But if you go to percussion, you can find books I recommend, you can find what kind of pedal I use, the different heads, the different kinds of practice pads I have, because I've got pad on top of pad on top of pad, and the sticks I use. The sticks I've been using in today's stream is the Hardeman hammers, which are extra heavy. They're about 44% heavier than my normal Hardeman sticks, so I recommend them. Great way to chop out. I'm going to call it here and get set up for God of War. If anyone likes gaming stuff, I released a new Fortnite video. And if you go to the gaming playlist on YouTube, it's this one, Nothing Personal, Grandma. And then this one's actually going to come out on Friday morning, tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that. Only I get to see it right now. Ha ha ha. So yeah, there's a bunch of videos. Stay tuned for more. If you want to see what I'm streaming, when I'm streaming next, if you go to /schedule, that's where you can find that. And when you click on it, then you can see the different platforms I am streaming on, and you can find me there. YouTube's where I get most of the engagement, but whichever one works for you. If you enjoy the content, just share it with somebody else. That's all I ask. But I'm going to call it here and get ready for some God of War. So stay tuned, and I will see you another day. Goodbye.